Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so let me just kind of tip that a little bit. Thanks for coming. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Beth Hicks. And honestly, I do this for you guys. I don't want us to get stuck in a food rut. I don't. Because you know what that means? When you're in a food rut, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna get so bored, you're not gonna do it. So my hope is to inspire you to either watch, get recipes, tweak them however way you need to tweak them to go with your food plan, and cook on. That's what I'm hoping. If you do comment, I have the comments swiped off because I get kind of sidetracked. So I'm just gonna turn them off. Okay, so what else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, if you're watching in replay, drop me a comment below. Tell me how you're watching. Are you watching live? Are you watching replay? I want to hear back from you. I've gotten several messages from people who have tried the soup and they loved it. Some people dropped me lines and said some kind of things that they were doing that they tweaked for them. That's what I want to hear. I would love some feedback. Feel free to share if you know somebody that could benefit from some recipes every once in a while, and show how easy they are, because they are easy, and that's the whole key. I don't want to spend all my time in the kitchen. I don't cook that much, believe it or not. My husband does 90% of the cooking. So let's get on with it. Today we're doing Hasselback chicken and with pesto. And here's the thing with the pesto. I went up and down aisles looking for a low-fat pesto that didn't have a lot of other stuff in it. I really couldn't find one that I was happy with. So I just got out and started searching recipes for a low-fat pesto sauce. I found one. It's only 2 freestyle points for 2 tablespoons, which is really good. There's not a lot of oil in it. So we're actually gonna make that today and then put our chicken together. So let's get to it. Okay, we're gonna start with the pesto. So you can use a food processor, blender, whatever kind of tools you have at home. But we are gonna put all of our ingredients into the blender. We have a cup of basil leaves packed. We have 3 tablespoons of water. I actually used 1 tablespoon of water and 2 tablespoons of chicken broth or chicken stock. I kind of want to try and get as much flavor going on as I can. 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. 2 tablespoons of pine nuts. 1½ cloves of garlic. I also want to remind you that I do post the recipes, the smart points, and then after I have cooked it and I have plated it, I gotta talk to somebody. After I've cooked it and plated it, then I take a picture of it and post it so you can see my version of the outcome. Sometimes the pictures are gorgeous, and sometimes you make it and you're like, yeah, how come Diane doesn't look like the one in the picture? So I like to plate it, and I like to show you that it actually looks like the picture. So here we go. We left off with garlic. A tablespoon of lemon juice. I actually squeezed a lemon. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which I'm not going to use a whole 1/4 teaspoon just because of the sodium. So I'm just going to do like that. I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. You guys can measure. You can do it however way you want. Salt and pepper, I don't really measure, especially the salt. And we're just it's gonna get loud. So then we just pulse and get this smooth like pesto. Oh, I forgot the, hold on. I forgot the olive oil. 1.5 teaspoons of olive oil, compared to like 1/4 of a cup in some of these recipes. Okay. So let's get this going. Get it to the consistency that you want. It looks pretty good. I really probably could have used a little more basil. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start putting together our chicken. I went ahead and got this ready to go in my prep. So these chicken breasts, I swear, they're like turkey breasts. They're huge. So quite honestly, my husband and I will split one of these. I needed a little bit of a thick one because, as you can see, you cut, if you've ever made Hasselback potatoes, this is what you do. You cut slits, you don't go all the way to the bottom. Basically what you want to do is make pockets. And that's what our pesto is going to go into, and the cheese. So just pockets and not slits all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so I am going to measure, because I really do measure everything. 2 tablespoons per chicken breast. I'm actually going to save this because there's still some in there. Okay, so we're going to take the pesto. We're going to start putting it into our little slits. This would be a budget-wise pretty hefty if you use regular pesto. Maybe Trader Joe's has a good low fat, but I was really having trouble, and I even bought one, as a matter of fact, and I decided I'm just going to make my own. It's not that hard. So we're just going to that's not a very good pocket in that one. I am gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt, and I probably should have done that first. I don't even think about salt and pepper because we really don't salt. I am very salt sensitive. But it'll be on there. That's what matters. Okay, so we got our pesto in there. Now what we're going to do, we have a 1/4 cup of reduced fat mozzarella, and I am actually going to add a 1/4 ounce of grated parm. So it adds on a point to the recipe, but I'm way okay with that. So now you're going to take your cheese, and I don't know if you can see, I hope I'm not going the right way here, and kind of start poke that cheese down into the pockets. That's why you need pockets and not slits. You don't want to go all the way to the edge. You want to keep the pocket in the middle of the meat. And that's why you need kind of chicken breasts on the little thicker side. It says to bake it for 30 minutes. These are huge, so I'm actually going to go 35, 40 minutes. Oh, now. Okay. So like I said, I weighed and measured everything. That's the key to this program, especially if you're a beginner. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other one with the mozzarella. You can use regular mozzarella too if you want to budget for it. This is about one of the only cheeses I will eat that's low fat. Okay, so I've got someone's trying to call me. Okay. Okay, so we got the cheese in the pockets. The parm, I'm just going to, maybe I'll try and put it in the pockets. And then if I have some left, I will sprinkle. And when I get parm, I get a good Parmesan cheese. And believe it or not, you can tell the difference. Okay, so that's in there. Take the rest. Waste not, what not. I have it budgeted in. I'm going to eat it. Okay. All right. How long did that take? Like, such a short amount of time, even making the pesto. Yes, the prep takes time, but no matter what you make in the kitchen, it's going to take time. So I'm into going with fresh ingredients as opposed to, I'm sweating, as opposed to getting it in a jar. That's just me. But if you're in a hurry, by all means, go find that low-fat basil pesto and use it. If that is what it's going to get for you to stay home and cook and keep it healthy and keep it within your plan, then by all means, do it. Do it. I'm a fan. Okay, so we got that. That's going to go in the oven I'm going to do it for 40 minutes. No cover. 350. And I have some other stuff going on over here. Okay, so what am I going to have with it? I am going to do, so you can even see. A lot of people have asked what scale I use. This is the one that I use. I don't know if you can see the name of it, but it's CASO from Germany. I actually bought it at a food utensil store. Love it. Sadly, I bought the Weight Watcher one, but it stopped working. Okay, so here's what we got. And I also, okay, a little bit about my, I'm going to take it down here so you can see. See in the background, can you see? They're all living herbs. Why do I do the living herbs? Because I don't do well growing them. I have tried growing them and it just doesn't work. So I buy them. But if you guys, I know there's a lot of people that garden, get an herb garden. So what I'm going to serve with it, I was going to do the zoodles, which are zucchini noodles. Your zucchini is actually in the shape of a noodle. You cut them that way. But I decided not to. So what I've got here is 1 zucchini, 1 yellow squash, and about 6 asparagus. What I'm going to do, I'm going to saute this in just a little bit of chicken stock. Oh, it's so hot in here. In a little bit of chicken stock because I don't want to use oil. I can use oil. I have enough points left to use oil. But I think I'm going to start with the spray on top of it. Just kind of coat them a little bit. And then if I need something added, I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken stock. So what I've done, I chopped up thyme, oregano, and basil. It'll go nicely with our chicken because we have the pesto. And there is quite a bit. I like to use more than what we use in the dried form. And I I have dried herbs. But when I'm making stuff like this, or I'm making roast potatoes, I like to use the fresh stuff. You get much more strong, lovely taste. So that's that. I'm also going to put in some garlic. This I'm going to put in about when my squash and asparagus are about halfway done, I'm going to throw in the garlic because I don't want it to burn. If it burns, it gets bitter. Same thing with my fresh herbs. I'm going to wait until I'm about ready to serve when they're al dente. We don't like them mushy or overdone. We like them al dente. So when it gets to that point, I am going to, first I'm going to do the garlic, and then I'm going to throw on the fresh herbs, and that's going to be my side. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find value. That's why I do these. I hope that you find value. I hope that it inspires you to get in the kitchen, do your own thing. I can't stress that enough, and I can't stop sweating. So it's not that hot here in California. Anyway, if you have any questions, reach out, message me. If you can't share, because I know you can't share from a group, so unless you're on my personal page, you won't be able to share it. But if you message me, then I can at least send you a link if you want to send it to somebody that would enjoy it and love it. So that's that, and let me know what you think, please. Let me know if you try it and what you think. And thanks for tuning in, and it's so nice to get together with you guys every week. We'll talk to you soon, and I might have a this or that. You guys can choose what recipe you want to see. So I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.